Chapter 2. How the Camel Got His Hump. Long ago, when the world was very new, the animals started working for humans. But the camel didn't want to work, so he lived alone in the middle of a big, empty desert. The camel spent his days lazily eating thorny plants, prickly bushes, and milkweed. Whenever anyone spoke to him, he only said, "Humph," and did nothing else. On Monday morning, the horse came to the camel and said, "Camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." But the camel just said, "Humph," and refused. The horse went back and told the man. Later, the dog came to the camel with a stick in his mouth and said, "Camel, come and fetch and carry things like we do." But again, the camel just said, "Humph." The dog also went away and told the man. Finally, the ox came to the camel with a yoke on his neck and said, "Camel, come and plow the fields like the rest of us." But the camel just said, "Humph," again. So the ox also went back and reported to the man. That evening, the man called the horse, dog, and ox together and said, "I'm sorry, but the camel out in the desert won't work, so you three have to work extra to make up for him." This made the three animals very angry. They gathered at the edge of the desert to discuss what to do. Then the camel came over, still lazily chewing on milkweed, and laughed at them. He just said, "Humph," and walked away. Soon, the genie in charge of all deserts appeared in a cloud of dust. The genie asked the three animals why they looked so upset. The horse said, "Genie, is it fair for someone to be lazy when the world is so new and everyone has to work?" "Certainly not," said the genie. The horse then told him, "There is a creature in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs who hasn't worked at all since Monday. He won't trot." "That must be my camel," said the genie, whistling. "What does he say about it?" "He just says, 'Humph,'" said the dog, "and he won't fetch and carry." "He only says 'Humph,'" added the ox, "and he won't plow." "Very well," said the genie. "I'll take care of that." Then the genie wrapped himself in his dusty cloak and set off to find the camel. The genie found the camel by a pool of water, looking at his own reflection. The genie said, "My friend with the long neck, why are you doing no work while everyone else is busy?" "Humph," said the camel. The genie sat down, placed his chin in his hand, and began to think of a powerful magic. After a while, he said to the camel, "You've made the three animals work extra because of your laziness." "Humph," said the camel again. The genie warned, "I wouldn't say that again if I were you." But the camel only said, "Humph," one more time. Right as he did, he felt his back begin to puff up. It kept growing until it turned into a huge hump. "Do you see that?" asked the genie. "This is your very own hump, caused by your laziness. Now you have a hump so that you can work for 3 days without needing to eat, because you can live off the fat in your hump. Now go join the others and work." "But how can I work with this hump on my back?" asked the camel. "That's the point," said the genie. "You missed 3 days of work, so now you can work without stopping for food. Don't say I never did anything for you. Go to the other animals and behave." So the camel, with his new hump, went to join the three animals. And from that day until now, camels have always had humps. But the camel has never caught up on those 3 days he missed, and he has never quite learned how to behave.